YouTube Card Fight King here. Got a deck profile for you of my newest deck. Been waiting forever for this deck to be completed. This is gonna be my Ramiel reverse Angel Feather deck. Alright, let's just hop straight into it. We got our starter, First Aid Celestial Pinio. She is actually a really good starter. She gives you like pretty much a free plus to your field, even though it's kind of, I think it's a 0, it's still a plus in my mind, because what you do is you just push her into the soul, Superior Call an Angel Feather, I believe it's a Celestial. Yes, a face of Celestial to the field, and then place the top card of your deck into the damage zone face down. You just added a rear guard to your field, whether it's a booster, whether it's an intercept, whether it's just something to attack like a grade 3. You just added a card to your field to increase your offensive presence. That, I think, is a good card. Okay, trigger lineup. 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. I only have 3 of her, but it doesn't really matter. I never use her skill to push in the soul and give +3. This trigger lineup is pretty standard. I thought about running more draws, but I realized that more draws, I'm swapping damage. I'm getting my 10k shields to my hand, and I don't want, I mean, 4 draws, is perfectly fine. I see them when I see them, and if I don't see them, they're getting swapped, things like that. Alright, on to the grade 3. Alright guys, for the grade 3 lineup, we have 4 Prophecy Celestial Ramiels. What her ability is when she's the break right. So when you break right on top of her, you choose a card from your damage zone, add it to your hand, and then you place the top card of your deck into the damage zone face up. So it's a +1 when you break ride her. I mean, when you ride her, yeah. It's a +1 when you break ride her. It's really good. But her, so Cleanup Celestial Ramiel Reverse. I like her a lot. She's one of my favorite Vanguards. I think she's underrated too. Her ability is Limit Break 4. You lock 2 Celestial Rear Guards. Your entire front row gets +5,000. And then if you have a copy of her in your damage zone, you get to select one of your opponent's damages, heal it, and then your opponent selects one of their rear guards on the field and puts it into the damage zone. So what she does is a pseudo retire. It's really swapping, so it's not considered retiring. So if you play against a Stamped Sea Otter and they choose that, well then they're going to have to send to the damage zone because it's not being retired. And she's also a Crossride, so it gives this deck some added defense. Already to its pretty defensive style, it adds a little bit more defense. And I really like her. You can do her effect more than once per turn. So pretty much up to 2 times per turn. Lock 2, lock another 2, and you have one attacker and your Vanguard. They both get 10,000 power. And that's like 15. That's almost 15, like 2 15k blocks. So that's really really good. On to grade 2. Alright, so for the grade 2 lineup, we have Wild Shot Celestial Ramiel. She is the 12k attacker of the deck. Enough said about that. Then we have Candle Celestial Sariel. What her effect is when she's placed on the rear guard, you counterblast 1. You choose an Angel Feather from your deck, place it into the damage zone face up, and then you choose one of your face up Angel Feathers and you place it in the drop zone. So she is one of the combo pieces that are able to get Ramiel reverse straight out of the deck into the damage zone when you need to. So that's why I like her. The only thing I have that's negative on her is her attack, which is 8,000. I was playtesting this deck a ton, and I found myself in situations where I would have, her being a 15k column, and, that's just not doing anything. Or if I use Ramiel Reverse's Limit Break, she becomes 13, and, it's not hitting for the numbers, for the numbers that I would prefer to be hit. Even so, that's why I reduced her to 3 copies. But I reduced it in place of Danielle. Now, Danielle, she is one of my favorite cards. She is actually one of the cards that gives Angel Feathers a really good, consistent rear guard pressuring engine, so to speak. I'm not sure if I said that right, but you'll get what I mean after I read her effect. Pretty much, you counterblast another card with Celestial in its name in your damage zone while she's in the damage zone. When a card hits the damage zone, you do that cost, and then you Superior Call her to the rear guard, and then place the top card of your deck into the damage zone. Now, she cannot activate her effect when she is face down, but what you can do is if you have two of them here at the same time, both of their effects will trigger at the same time. So let's say I send her there, both of her effects will trigger at the same time. So they will since they are triggering at the same time, you are able to counterblast. They're able to counterblast each other and superior call each other, so to speak, and then place two cards face up in your damage zone. So pretty much, that's a situation where, dang, I don't have any rear guards. Well, here we go. I can, use these two, and since their effects are not resolved, since their effects are going off at the same time, you can do this effect and, get yourself two rear guards. So that is a really key card to the deck, especially on the defensive side. Of course, you take damage, and you need another 5k shield block. Well, guess what? Counterblast one. Place her to the rear guard, now you have an extra 5k shield. Or at the end of a turn, he attacks you with like his vanguard and he hits something. It's like, okay, Daniel's effect, bam. Now you have a rear guard on the field going into your next turn so that you can plan accordingly to that. So I think she's a really good combo and strategic piece to the deck strategy, which is why I wanted to max out on her rather than Sariel. Okay, on to the grade 1. Alright, so for the grade 1s, we have 4 perfect guards. Obviously, you need them in this format and pretty much for every format in Vanguard from now on, in my eyes, always. Then we have our 4 10k attacker Celestials, marking Celestial, Arabaki. I'm so tired, I can't say her name right. Anyways, then we have Battlecube Ignacia. Now, many Angel Feather players remember her. She's one of the best Angel Feather cards, one of the original combo pieces. What she does is when you place her in the guard circle, you get to swap a card, Angel Feather from your hand with an Angel Feather from your damage zone. And since it's still the guarding phase, when you do that effect, like you could drop her for a trigger, then you can place that trigger in a damage zone. So again, it creates a different style of play and has the ability to, add more defense, or for the next turn, get yourself your break ride or your cross break ride, something like that. So really good at 2. And then we have Nursing Celestial Ramiel. Now she is one of the best grade 1s. She is probably the biggest combo piece of the deck. Because what her effect, she's a 7k booster at that. And when you call her to rear guard circle, you get to choose a Celestial in your hand, place it in the damage zone, and swap it with any damage in your damage zone. So, you call her out, bam, booster, and swap. So she is a booster version of her, and a really good combo piece. But the difference is she can do any Angel Feather. She has to swap a Celestial for any Angel Feather. So just remember that. And that is the deck profile for my Angel Feathers. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. I will be doing a lot more testing with this deck. Please let me know what your builds are, what you think is good, and please hit me up later. Alright, this is the Crossride King, and I'm out. Peace!